Yeah, I've got 20 of those. Was working a few minutes ago.
We were back.
I'll be right back.
Timing is everything.
You're supposed to say this interlude commissioner for it.
Oh, no, no.
Well, I guess we better. We want to Okay. Well, welcome to the April 24th meeting. So stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Is there any public comment this morning? Okay, seeing none, I will go for Commissioner Ford.
Yeah, let's see, well, Thursday afternoon, Manhattan Area Technical College had their national signing day for its new class of students coming in. This was in correlation with technical schools from around the nation, basically doing the same thing. Something new they're doing. The event was very well attended. I caught most of it off their online feed because I was doing some other things, but looked like it was a good time. So hopefully that's something they'll continue to do in the future. I'm going to assume they probably will. Well, it's a good way to get the information out and of the programs and everything they've got going on there. On Thursday afternoon, I spoke with Ashley Westmiller, legislative correspondent in Senator Jerry Moran's office. I wanted to talk about a couple of programs. There was a list that we'd gotten from his office last year. I think they sent it to you, Rich, and it had a list of a bunch of programs. Anyway, I was doing some spring cleaning and late spring cleaning, I guess, or I don't know, feels like spring still, so whatever. I came across that list and saw a couple on there, including Safe Streets and Roads for All and the Rural Surface Transportation Grant. I was curious to see if they were still funded and what the processes and stuff were. So we went through it one by one and see where they go. I'm hopeful one or both of these programs might fill in a couple of gaps we have around the Raleigh County area, maybe including the city of Ogden. Hopefully, we'll keep our fingers crossed. Both of those have a summer application date on them, so there's plenty of time. Later on Thursday, we had the April City County meeting here at the BOCC. Of course, the topic of discussion was animal control. Certainly was an interesting dialogue. I really do hope we can find a solution that works for everybody. Instead of just passing this off to the next entity. I guess we'll have to see on that. I also want to take a moment and apologize to everybody out at Big Lakes for missing Thursday's 50-year anniversary gala with everything going on Thursday. I just ran out of time and I ran out of energy. I just ran out of gas by the end of the day. I sounded like it went well. I just couldn't get it fit in with everything. Sounded like I said, it sounded like it went really well. Congratulations on 50 years of service to the community. Years is a long time. When you think about it. Like I said, I'm gonna reach out to Lori separately and send her an email here, but Friday morning, I attended the monthly ceremony out at retirement ceremony out at Fort Riley. I needed to check and update my pass to get onto the base. If you haven't done, if you have one, you might want to check and make sure it's working. They're changing their protocols up there. So most everybody's going to have to start using the real ID, and you have to go out and fill out a whole nother application process and then one by one do those events. But those passes should be good until the expiration date, and then I don't know what they're going to do. So if you're going up there, you might check and just make sure. Mine was working fine and it's good till next April still, but after that, I don't know. Been long curious about these particular ceremonies and how they go. One thing that's great about Fort Riley is probably just the military in general, but if they say they're going to start something at 10 o'clock, They started at 10 o'clock. They don't mess around. So yeah, pretty cool ceremony. The deputy commander, General Nell, gave some comments. And there were about 20 service members who retired with a range of 20 years, the 20 years being the base. And then one had 43 years of combined military and civilian service. Congratulations to them. Some of them are sticking around the area. Some of them are probably moving back closer to homes. Very grateful to each one of them in the service they've provided to us, and wish them well in their future endeavors. And the last thing I've got, it's one of my favorite times of the year. Of course, it's April instead of like January or February, but got the new Love My County Because calendar. This features artwork from kids all across the country. They do this art contest and then they come up with this process, and then
They're cute.
yeah, each one of the students like write something that they really enjoy about their county, and just kind of flipping through it. Like one's hospital, there's looks like Riley County's train depot, but obviously that's something that
It's good for me.
history. There's one with parks. There's one with the sleeping bear. And I
Yeah,
thought
I
that
couldn't
detail was
figure that one
out.
out.
Yeah, I'm thinking zoo,
Maybe.
maybe, yeah.
Or maybe they have bears in the woods, or something, because I think they're from Virginia. That was Virginia.
Tennessee, yeah, they
Tennessee.
would. Smoky
Yeah.
Mountains, yeah. There's library. Looks like I'm gonna go with another park, maybe fishing,
They're fishing,
something.
probably.
canoe. Probably one of my favorites.
Yeah,
Concert
that's a good
events,
one.
yeah. With fireworks. I thought that was pretty good, pretty detailed. I guess I should be showing this some people. You can see it. But yeah, anyway,
I think that one was from Kansas.
is there one from Kansas?
Yeah, there was one from.
And I didn't look at all that. I did see that there was one from Kentucky, a couple. Oh, yeah, Johnson County. Whitehaven Motor Lodge. You ever been to Whitehaven Motor Lodge?
No.
Okay. Next time you're in Kansas City, I suggest stopping. Okay. Anyway, yeah, that's one of the things I like to get every year. Of course, it's April, so it's a little late in the year, but still something to enjoy. That's all I've got.
Okay. Yeah, that calendar was really interesting to go through. It was fun. So maybe we ought to sponsor something.
Well, I've mentioned it. I have mentioned it. I think we have some artists around the area.
There's a lot. I don't know. I think 4-H kids do something.
The state used to do it for pollution because one of my twin daughters, Michaela, in the 3rd grade, actually won. Don't spoil the oil, and got to go to tour the Capitol, meet the governor, and so took your family up there, and she got to do all that.
Nice.
Yeah, in 3rd grade.
Mhm.
So it's been a while, but yeah, can't say Kansas used to do a calendar
Mhm.
on pollution.
Okay, well, Thursday I was here at the meeting. I made a couple of phone calls afterwards. Then I came back for the city county meeting that was here. It was, I do hope that we can come to some sort of agreement, but it was really I don't know, disappointing but encouraging all at the same time. And so we'll see what comes out of it. So they did do a big spread of in the Sunday paper about it.
Good day.
Headlines. So if you can't come to an agreement. Anyway, I too was pretty exhausted and didn't make it to big lakes, and yeah, congratulations on that. It's just, having so many things going on this past week. It's pretty exhausting. So Friday I did come into the office, spend 2 or 3 hours, met with Craig Cox on some Keats related issues as far as finding a landowner. And I did make contact with company Aeromod, which I did finally get in touch with the rep. And I'm going to go out on Wednesday and tour the plant and go to St. George and just get an idea so I can report back to the constituents out there about it. So that I don't know.
That's that solution that the one lady had talked about
Yeah.
at that meeting that night.
Yeah, so I found them there. They're kind of hard to find across from me, with the word agency out there. It's hard to get to them, but, yeah, it's, I thought it'd be worthwhile to just check it out and see what the next is. I am gonna take Grant Fossey with me, because some of the, they gave me a brochure that had all sorts of terminology in there that I had no idea what they're talking about. So I thought it probably could, and he offered it to go out. So we're gonna do that Wednesday. Over the weekend, I did a lot of landscaping, which is, probably shopping every landscape shopping in the county. Put in a few bushes and trees, and it's just a lot of work. So I'll be glad to get that finished. Sunday went to played in the bell choir at church and went home and continued on with pledging and taking care of my dogs. So that's about it for me for that part of it. So shall we proceed with business meeting?
You bet, just regarding Keats, the representative from Widow O'Brien's, the grant company that we have on, like, that we consult with, he actually did come to town and meet with John Elderman and Amanda and stuff, and he get more detailed information to start the process with those grants, because now it has opened up state for Keats and University Park, and he thinks they both qualify. And John Elderman felt University Park does better. Of course, they have that violation or whatever, so that puts you behind the list. But Keats has been so long term, I think it stands a pretty strong chance too. And their company is directly involved in the process of the state as well. So
Okay,
hopefully,
well, that's good news.
because that'll be the key factor for both of them to make it for you.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard that.
It just happened last week. It just happened late last week. Yep. Business commissioners, we have one tax roll correction.
Okay. Oh, okay. I don't have anything on it.
I don't have any questions.
I make a motion then to approve to sign the tax roll correction.
I second that. And it's been moved and seconded to approve the tax roll correction. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Sure, please sign. Commissioners have any changes to the minutes?
Yeah.
I didn't see any.
Good. Okay, go ahead and make a motion to approve the minutes from the April 20th meeting of the Riley County Commission as written.
Would second that. It's been moved and seconded to approve the minutes from April 20th of the Board of County Commissioners. All in favor?
Aye.
Any items for next week's press conference, commissioners? The tentative agendas, look, commissioners. Next, you have Amy Mangus at 9 o'clock. legislature decided to spend $5 million more of your dollars. We've never spent before. On what this thing, President, primary.
Well, yeah, he's been here, he stepped out because there's a little bit of a break, I took his notepad with him, I'm not sure if he's planning to come back.
I sent him an email, so I just didn't follow up. Prosecute the case. So we could probably get all of that.
Okay.
So. I want to see if any has an objection to that, because she's gonna know. Exactly how it is, she's the one who. She's already said, this is what you're gonna do. I would think.
Yeah.
Here's how to determine. Sorry, we said it.
You know, I'm coming back.
Amy, how you doing?
Pretty good, and you?
All right.
Ring,
Yeah. I'm addicted to those things.
I am as well. I need to ask him for the ingredients so I can make it myself.
Yeah, it's peach mango drink mix, collagen. Regular herbal tea. You can use peach too, that's what I do. Watermelon, strawberry flavoring. And I forget the lift off they use for it.
Is that a pre-made deal?
Mhm.
Who do you buy in gallons?
Oh, no, a place up here on Fort Riley Boulevard, but I'm actually a licensed distributor, so I get it half off, 30% off, and so I get all the ingredients and I can make them too, but
What's it called?
Little Apple Nutrition.
Okay.
Right over there, what is it, Anna's Burger Shack or whatever, over by
Mhm.
Domino's. Coffee, it's right next to Coffee's for Less, yeah.
Oh, up on- Oh, there's- yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I make shakes and stuff too, so. Yeah, Yeah.
Nutrition.
I have a couple eggs in that for breakfast, that's, yeah, works pretty well.
I'm not an egg person.
I just like the protein,
I
Low
don't-
calories,
protein, but
protein.
I can have them. Sort of like with eggs Benedict. Something like that, or an omelet. Looking at it or.
Yeah, I'm more at dinner time.
Yeah. That's that face egg in the morning.
Yeah.
I do that sometimes at night, I'll do some scrambled eggs or something like that for dinner.
Was like an eyeball looking into. Probably some coffee.
I got it.
Special come here. So then. No, I don't spray when I was spraying and I think mom and I looked at their shop and there was service advice, now they're asking price, I think they solid with the way the description and then I thought, but then you put it through it, and it's still amazing thing how often it's on the I'm not asking price. If you're in the range of between 1,000.
Oh, yeah. On this, people always find the best and shortest route. No matter what the signs say, the locals know.
I wouldn't go down there. I'm more left or Browning either one.
I mean, I wasn't even sure. But then when it came in fire, I was like. Yeah, yeah, wow, I guess they don't have it, so yeah. Yeah, he's definitely.
You can.
Okay, Amy.
Good morning, Amy Mangus, Register of Deeds. Today I have a brief summary of our revenue figures with comparable figures through April 19th of last year. As you can see, we've started our year off pretty slow compared to the year before. Our total revenue is down about $84,000. We've reported 1,849 documents compared to 3,128 this time last year. Plats have picked up a little bit, but it's still predominantly just either boundary line adjustments or two lots being platted into one. So no big developments. We're still working on our rescan project and continuing to cross-train employees. We started accepting credit card payments for recording fees the first of the year, after having good luck with our copy fees. And so far that's worked out pretty good. We filled our vacant position. She actually started this morning. So we're excited to have a new staff member on board. We hosted 2 employees from the treasurer's office earlier this month. Kind of fun to have some different faces in the office. And tracking the daily revenue loss due to the filing fee and mortgage registration fee changes. And we've lost almost 241,000 so far this year. Any questions?
Yeah, I guess probably with the increase in mortgage interest rates, that's probably kept the market down a little bit. New mortgages.
I think so. I'm not quite sure what to expect for this year, to be honest.
Yeah,
I know watching the MLS, and I mean, it's for the Manhattan area, but includes Pot County. It has like 300 and some listings instead of the 600 or 700 plus that we've seen in the past, and it's just been, it's really slowed down. So I don't know if it'll pick up this summer or not. It'll be interesting to watch.
yeah. Well, the market's pretty good though, as far as selling,
Mhm.
you know, buying, so.
Yes, yeah, they're still going, but there's just not as much available.
Yeah.
So.
Any questions, John?
No, I don't have anything.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Ann.
Have a good day.
You too.
Commissioner, you have Mr. Donovan at 9:15. For presentation.
Gonna be starting budget hearings. Is that on the 11th?
I have the calendar.
Yep,
When is it?
May 11th.
May 11th.
Got some appropriation requests. Actually, have some on the 8th, commissioners.
We should have 4 days of that.
Yeah, basically, the community corrections is in there as well. They're inside, but it's an appropriation request. It's not a budget. Necessarily.
The 8th, 11th. I just need to know so that I can plan around it.
That's not a Thursday.
And if you commissioners have any conflicts or want to make some plans, contact Daryl and he can be sure and adjust you so all three of you are here.
Okay.
It says late 8th, 11th, 15th, and 18th on the calendar. But if you guys have things to come up, we can readjust the schedule.
What were those days? 8th, 11th?
Yeah, that whole thing. What was the eighth? Cause I only.
There are some on the 8th as well. 8th, 11th, 15th, and 18th.
Okay.
Morning, John. Good morning. Annie, your car from a distance looks black and when you get close to it, that's the most unique, it's a neat color, it's the most unique color I've ever seen on a Traverse.
It changes, it looks gray.
I've
and then
never
it's
seen another one that color.
Great, yeah, yeah. When I bought it and had to fill out paperwork, they're like, what color is it? I was like, well, it's technically a gray, but it looks green.
It does look like green if you get close to it.
Yeah, so,
It's a neat looking color.
thanks. Like,
It was funny, Shelley Williams in Community Corrections, previous vehicle was supposed to be a black BMW. She didn't realize that when she bought it, it was actually a dark blue.
Yeah, my daughter is just like that. It's like, it looked black and then when you get it home. it's
She was
blue.
depressed because when she bought it, she thought it was black.
oh, no.
Yeah, that's the
Too
way.
funny. Yeah, they told me it's gray and I'm like, it really looks green, but then in some
I
lights,
agree, it does look
it looks green.
green.
Yeah. Yeah. It's bigger. I need it bigger for the kids and
Oh, yeah, the perfect size. My wife driving like that size for her.
yeah,
And we had so many kids, so many seats.
space is a must.
We did lots of sports traveling.
Yeah, suitcases and ball equipment. Equipment.
I don't have the sports traveling, but the back and forth to Wichita, I noticed just with the other vehicle, the space was just, we're always cramped to it.
Oh, yeah.
You wouldn't believe the difference in the space from the Traverse I was driving to this Traverse. I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, it's just got a different body shape, and so it just allows for a lot more space.
Mhm.
They're a lot more comfortable.
Yeah, they are.
Let me know regularly.
And big enough too that you feel more safe too.
Oh,
with
yeah.
your vehicles, especially if you're doing a lot of highway driving, it just
Yes.
an advantage. You hope you never need it, but
Nope, that's after my car wreck many years ago, I will not drive anything. If I don't have to, that's much smaller.
like some of those oddball little bitty cars you see, think, yeah, it's neat, you're saving a lot, but man.
Oh, I would
You
not,
get in one, you lose.
that's right.
That's my theory with motorcycles. I'm told Alvin, I got my Class C license, but man, around here and on the highway, you're right or wrong, it doesn't matter, you lose.
That's right. That's right. My brother drives a Harley and it's just, ooh, yeah. You get in one accident, that's bad enough. You just have a new appreciation for a larger vehicle. Eye opener.
Ron, have you heard from, Leon in a while?
No, I haven't.
Been thinking about giving him a call.
About a month ago, I talked to him about something, I can't remember what it was.
Don't even rush Avis get together for once in a while for lunch or breakfast or whatever.
And I did talk to Gary. What about Ann?
My,
About Anna, we gotta talk about Anna.
oh, no. We don't want to know.
Anna's problem or Anna the problem? What was
Well, you take that how you want. I think.
Yeah, everybody's problem. Thanks, John. My issue. One of them.
Well, the only one I know I'm involved in right now. So
Oh, okay,
I saw Rich Avis at a food truck there in front of Horsham, but when Horsham saw him, talked to him for a while.
he was in Alabama with Alvin and Evan.
What was he doing there?
NACE conference,
Yeah, what was he doing there?
he still wants to go. I don't,
Really?
still keep, I think he's gonna keep his license up for a while yet.
Gotcha.
So yeah, that's one reason why he would do that.
He's not working or anything now, is he?
Not that I know of,
Yeah, I didn't think so.
at least not getting paid for. Trying to figure out where I'm at. It didn't work like I'd like to. Where the fuck was that?
There's that link right there in that first sentence. of the guys.
This one?
That, yeah.
I have to read all the words, I think, that help me with that.
How's your team doing, John?
Oh, I don't know if they can win a series yet, but.
Still better than losing all of them.
We, I think planning on going down to see Abby, Wichita. Kind of got move some stuff back before the end of school, and she wants to go to a Windsurge game.
Hmm.
They're playing Springfield Cardinals this week.
Oh, good.
Wainwright pitches Tuesday. Kind of hoping he makes it 5 days so we can watch him on Sunday, but if not, I kind of doubt that he has that, because his first day back from rehab.
Mhm.
So I don't suppose it make him come back and pitch 5 games already, but be interesting.
Ready, Kevin?
Yeah, I'm ready whenever you were. So John Ellerman, Public Works. Want to talk about some possibilities on Marlat. Since the KDOT roundabouts are planned, they and have been pushed back to October 24 of bid letting, which would be probably spring, April, May of 25 to be in construction. With that project, they're going to shut down US 24 between the two intersections, roundabouts, from K13 to K113. So no access between that. The official detour will be Tuttle Creek to Fort Riley, Setchop. So basically all the way around town to official highway detour. Guessing, probably better than not, the shortcut would be Marlat Avenue. So knowing the issues we had when Kimball was closed, backups, delays on lines, making turns off of them onto College and Browning. Visiting with Brian Johnson at the city, we kind of discussed some options, what we can do and maybe help some of that. So some of our thoughts were to, signage, temporary stop signs, our lights, speed control, and turn lanes. I think we like the turn lane idea a little bit better. If you stack vehicles here to make that left turn onto College, or the same thing down at Browning, you allow traffic to go by them and get through and maybe help that backup, that one car stops here to turn left and we have a backup that all the way down to probably Dennis. Yeah, it could be at certain times of the day. One idea we had was a temporary solution, just add some turn lanes, throw some asphalt on it and be done, right? They get an estimate from Vanish to do something like that, and we were looking at $700,000 just for a temporary solution. So my suggestion, my recommendation, if we were to do something, would be to bring on a consultant to do 50% design plans, which would bring enough design into it that we can design the intersections and let the intersections out to bid and build them to a point where they're complete and done for the remainder of that Marlet reconstruction project. That was it has been planned to design Marlet with the sales tax and then push construction off into the next sales tax that it would pass. With doing this little more, it would bring in, it would cost a little bit more money out of this sales tax than was planned. So we'd have to do some shuffling with other projects, but I'm thinking this is a better solution here, pretty much all the way around. We have the intersection built, turn lanes each way on Marlet, right turn, left through turn on College, and maybe something similar here at Browning. And both intersections, Browning's already has something like that. Cities interested and willing to participate. This is the last time we spoke into doing Browning. So, I mean, that's where we're at on that negotiation or that discussions that we've had. And here kind of ask you your thoughts, your ideas on what way to go. If we can get started sooner than later, we probably make that spring of 25 with being designed and built by spring of 25 when the highway's closed down. I request that if we do this to hire Vanish to do the design And for two reasons is. They did the design on. This, the eastern leg of it. Back in 1819. They designed the Marlat Dennison project. They went through the RFQ process and been selected that way, then just continue that on for the rest of this project. This area, they're familiar with the area. This area was really, I've been told it's real swampy.
Mhm.
And we had a bunch of issues with wet. So that they know that right up front and know what our issues were, when we built this box and other things like that. And then to. Yeah, go ahead and do the design part of it. I think the city is interested in. Partnering with us to finish this out too at the same time. So we
I have a
have,
question on that, Don. That curve, that's Marlet that goes up and connects to 113. That was dangerous when we had it closed before, and there were accidents on that curve, people coming around too fast. I know that that's a really critical area. People go there, they can't continue on to Tuttle Creek. They're gonna have to come back around to
So-
that child to Kimball, and it's gonna be a left-hand turn from there too, but that area is very critical, that
we're
curve.
being told to be temporary traffic signals that KDOT will put up with this, the roundabout project. And so. The put traffic signals there to help control. The flow of traffic through that intersection. We won't be able to do anything with the curve. Now, but maybe at the final design when. We have it off it design, there may be something there that the city wants to do with that. Curve.
Yeah, because I know there were a lot of complaints from the people up there. Crashes and people are coming down the hill too fast, especially in the winter time. So that concerns me. KDOT isn't willing to help with this kind of
They
dollars on this.
probably not
No.
with the official detour they have laid out.
Mhm.
And we're probably looking at a little higher standard, maybe more right away that I don't anticipate buying right away. Hoping we could squeeze whatever we have in our portion within the right of way we have already. That way we won't have to deal with the college or buy anything from the landowners along the stretch here.
And you're still talking temporary, or would those be permanent solutions?
I would like to do with the second suggestion is go ahead and build them permanent. And then when we're able to or get to build the rest of the road, we just tie into those intersections and finish the project out. We wouldn't do the whole thing at this time. We just do the intersections on and wait to have enough money or difference and the next sales tax to finish that up. I'm hoping we have enough money in this sales tax to do the intersection. That's gonna be tight. I think it's gonna push quite a few of our bridge and culvert projects off. Maybe even push off Wildcat Creek Road. Just the way cost of things are going, it may not happen the way we anticipate.
And
Rough
they have to do
estimate.
both of them at once.
Rough estimate is probably about $1 million to do both intersections close to complete, full
A piece or together?
together.
That's not bad compared to the temporary cost.
Yeah, with concrete, I don't think that adds curb and gutter, but it does add concrete pavement. And extra lanes in both directions.
No, I definitely think the one at college is gonna be needed. With everything that's being proposed out of the Edge District goes all the way to Kimball and college there.
Now, this is not even talking about what we do at college for the full
Yeah.
project, but. still tossed how to
But how-
approach that. Yeah, but
And keep in mind, the city's still gonna close off the other end there, Kimball and Dennison at some point in time too, to finish that
I
intersection.
think
out.
they're gonna try to push that to next year.
Okay.
And so, but I don't think. As of last talk with Brian, I don't think that was a full closure along Kimball. Dennison might be closed, but Kimball won't be fully closed.
So John, during the roundabout projects, the intersection 13 or Set Childs in 24. Are they gonna allow traffic from the north to come through there? Or is that gonna be closed off where you can't go through there to Set Childs?
Now, northbound South Child should be able to go westbound 24. And eastbound 24 south. South
You
Child.
can go south, okay, because I was gonna say, man, that'd be a mess to Marlette, the gravel Marlette.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
And that's not,
That's good, that's good.
and I think the opposite way is 13. Westbound 13 north and 13 south to eastbound.
They'll have like a shoe fly around it. Good deal,
that'd be great.
that'll help a lot.
That'll help a lot, yeah.
And they were supposed to make some access for fire and EMS
Mhm.
go through, as well as their own maintenance crews to get out of that.
Yeah, I hope so. There was a lot of fire activity right in that area this weekend.
Smelled it coming up the hill this morning. Looking for consensus of any, if nothing else, to see what temporary, permanent, or nothing. I feel at least if we try something, at least we attempted to help alleviate some of this. Maybe not enough. We'll still get some criticism, but at least we tried to do something.
And if we do them, we're not gonna do them during football season.
No promises.
Yeah,
Something to think about.
If we want to get them done by spring of 25, they might be due during football season.
Just something to think about. Yeah, I may not be able to, but. we'll
That's why
cause
we
issues.
probably shouldn't do both of them
Oh,
at the same time, if we do.
Yeah, we don't have to do them both at the same time.
Mhm.
And I don't know if we would actually. Some part we might have to close it. And we're so early in the game, we can maybe work around with adding. But we'll probably add 6 foot on each side, and a lane, half a lane on each side of the road. And redo the pavement in between. We may have some closure there at the intersection.
Oh.
KDOT can't provide any kind of bypass access actually on Tuttle Creek. Is that possible?
Their idea is they're gonna do them both at the same time.
Yep.
And get them done sooner is the
Rather
idea
than dragging
behind
out,
it.
yeah. I'd rather see if maybe we should look at both costs, the temporary and permanent. I kind of like the permanent idea.
Temporary,
That was 7,
we were right about 690 to 700, and we were around about 900 for to $1 million on permanent, so. That's just laying turn lanes for asphalt or replacing it with concrete
Mhm.
and having concrete pavement there that we're not gonna remove when we add to do the rest.
I probably favored the more permanent. It's gonna have to be done at some point in time.
yeah.
Well, it
I keep tearing
really
it
was disappointing to see the estimated cost just to add lanes. And then knowing they would get tore out in a handful of years when we did the project was through there. Kind of like, 750,000 for the improvements up to that 113 and or 13 and 24. A lot of money for a temporary solution.
Mhm.
I know the city had talked about doing a north end, stepchild's corridor study. So in terms of what we need to do with Marlette on the west side there, we may wait on that.
The study's been done on such travel. And I think some of their recommendations is a roundabout here.
Mhm.
Such travel, Marlette. I mean, I think that was done.
I went all the way north. I thought that stopped at Kimball there. It was from Anderson to,
I have to look, I think it was all the way home.
okay. I thought it stopped at Kimball. I might be wrong on there.
I looked at it when I got here.
Yeah.
There was one down on it for Anderson, and I thought it went up to Kimball, and they're basically working on the Kimball side of it already, but. Including the term thing there at Reef. But I thought it stopped there. It might not. It might not. So I certainly didn't hear any of those recommendations.
I think part of some of that talk, I don't remember if it was in the study or something that. I've heard talk about cutting through the hill and, here
Mhm.
to kind of flatten out the curve or.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, a little
And then
better.
they had to realign that, so that, doing something like that would tend to be roundabout. Type of
That's
intersection,
what they talked about.
where you have, use the angles.
That's so close to the one on Tuttle Creek.
Yeah, you see some places roundabouts are back.
Well, that's a,
Right
that's a
next to each
little,
other.
Drive through downtown Hayes, then come back to.
Is that what it's like?
Pine Street, yes, it's
Really?
They've got
It's-
double ones, and then you go down, they've got another set of double ones, and they've got one just north of I-70.
and that's over a mile from. Yeah, right about a little over a mile from, where I'm at to.
Well, it's no different than the one out at Grand Mere on Scenic Drive.
Like, I'm like, real live Hot Wheels Shrek anymore.
Yeah, that needs to be like a.
Except it's not 3D, it's laying down on the ground.
Oh, yeah, it's like a, I don't know what they call it, it looks like a figure eight,
Mhm.
you can do. That doing.
Oh, yeah.
Scenic goes. Scenic at 18.
They, oh my gosh, really overdid that.
Got lost in that one.
Less conflict.
That's where I'm gonna be tomorrow, Wednesday and Thursday, but I'm not driving south. Stay north of all that.
Get a motion, commissioners?
Um,
I put the motion as
It's
kind of a doubled up one, I think one is to do the project and the other one would be to.
higher.
Let us use Benish to do the project. And I think. I think we did do the selection process back then. I think you can weigh yourself or lean on that to use them in this project. It'd get us done quicker. I mean, if you don't, we're 30-45 days to get them started.
can we do that? We can do that?
Yeah, his first motion, I think, is the way to go if you're gonna do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll go ahead and make a motion to approve hiring Vinesh for the design of Marlette Avenue reconstruction project and construction of the intersections for the US 24 roundabouts.
I would second that. It's been moved and seconded to hire Benish for the design of Marlette and Marlette reconstruction project and construction of the intersections before the US 24 roundabouts. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thanks, John.
Thank you.
Next, it's time for Hannah, press conference.
I did want to close that out and close out to everything.
Morning, Commissioners, Ann Person, County Appraiser's Office. I just wanted to make the public aware that personal property valuation notices are going to be mailed out next week, May 1st. So, those would be expected in the mail. They will have mail date of May 1st, so you should be getting them in that first week of May. Equalization appeals must be filed by May 15th. As a reminder, due to the new proration rules that went into effect January 1st of this year. Regarding all personal property except mobile homes, make sure you report all sales prior to December 20th. And in addition, if you've not turned in your personal property rendition, please do so as soon as possible. Penalties continue to grow at 5% per month, up to a total of 50%. We are wrapping up the 2023 informal appeal season for real property valuation. If a property owner missed the deadline to file an appeal, the next opportunity would be a payment under protest. All payment under protest must be filed with the treasurer's office in December when you pay your taxes. More information on the payment under protest process can be found on our website under the appeals section. Thank you. That's all I have.
That's it. Okay, thank you.
Next, Commissioner, it's time for Mr. Holm. Thanks, John. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. You're welcome.
Okay, Clancy?
Yeah.
Good morning, Commissioners. Project was. Participation in both meetings, both this board's meetings and the law board discussion of animal control and RCPD. And also reference to doing the emergency declaration. It does not show on there also the subsequent one you had that actually went ahead and terminated that one later the same week because it didn't need to be in place. Scrolling down here. We've got also the reference to the pending district court appeal that we have in Lyon County because of the assigned judge down there in the First Christian Church. I did receive today notice of a cross appeal from attorney for the First Christian Church and those other named respondents. That simply means that they're taking the opportunity to appeal the court's finding that the order that was issued by the Historic Sites Board of Review, when the judge vacated that, they're asking that that be overturned. Which personally, I would not rate as a high probability, but we'll see. So certainly something they're entitled to. You can always file a cross appeal. Number of items here with regard to systems provided to matters involving legislation. And basically, that's what this is. And then reference to the prior virtual legislative conference. Also following up on the North County EMS station, we need to have a conversation with the attorney for Landville and just get in place, make sure they may be working on it now, I don't know. But they need to actually open up formally that easement that represents an alley, providing access to it along the back of the station. And we'll continue to follow up with that. And they realize they have to have it done. Just haven't been in touch on it in a while. We will do so. Legislative issues covered with the Riley County attorney. In scheduling a conversation that did take place, as that indicates, some meeting on some open burning issues as a result of the recent wildfires, possibly some occasionally improper permitted burn. See where that goes. We'll probably be coming back with an updated version of the open burning resolution that's now in place. Just to clarify a couple of things, the county attorney participated in that meeting with the fire district and staff. The rest of the entries are fairly self-explanatory unless you have questions on them. I won't go through everything, but this is the material from the most recent reporting period. It's not everything, but it's kind of a snapshot. Be glad to answer any questions. Seeing that. I am done.
Got one other,
You want-
and our local sales.
City of Riley.
Sorry. I didn't turn the page over. I thought I was done. This is the latest in the small cities agreements. There is, I will tell you, there's a typo here. Because in my zeal to update you on what was still pending. Made a reference to how many are still out there. Once you sign this one, the only one that's still out there will be the one for the city of Ogden. We have a conversation scheduled. I spoke to their attorney and was explaining how it was calculated, and very quickly, both he and I got in over our heads. And so I scheduled a team's meeting with Shiloh, our county treasurer. And I told her that she was good enough to sign on to it. I said, I need the expert on this, one of the experts to describe this. So that the city clerk of Ogden and their attorney are comfortable with exactly how this is going to be calculated. I did explain kind of at the limits of my math abilities here, that the way they will know what they're going to receive is look what they receive under the separate existing tax, the sales tax that's been in place for many years that goes into our general fund. The distribution that goes in for that quarter to that city, which they get distributions on, that will be the same distribution that they get from the general fund under these agreements as part of economic development. But I can understand why they want to hear it from somebody who can do a better job explaining stuff. So we'll have that conversation midweek, and so you should see that next one, if not Thursday, hopefully. Well, Monday's crowded too. You may see it next Monday, you may see it next Thursday, but
It's crowded, it won't be Monday.
yeah, it'll get signed, it's coming, and then you'll have.
Unless you sneak it in on your time,
Yeah,
if you have time on your time.
always possible. But just to let you know what that is. Be glad to answer any questions. That'll wrap up all four of them. This one's and those distributions will be made according to the schedule in each agreement. They're all of them read the same with the exception of the name of the city. That was the concept. And all the cities have been good to work with on this. Any questions?
And what did you say the typo was?
Oh, there's a typo somewhere in the car that refers to how many are still outstanding.
Oh,
And
okay.
I put the wrong city's name in there. That's why I was clarifying. The only one still out there, once you sign this one, City Hall.
Sorry.
And we'll clarify. We'll get that. I'm confident they'll have their comfort level raised after Shiloh possible. Okay. Thank you.
I'll go ahead and make a motion then. The board to authorize the chairwoman to sign the agreement in its current form.
I would second that. It's been moved and seconded to have the chairwoman sign the agreement in its current form. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Please sign.
Thank you.
On the, okay, while you're signing that, Catherine, on the intergovernmental election. These housing incentive district programs. That the city is talking about, there's a couple of them they're considering. I think on the city end, it's gonna require some potentially additional staff, but it's gonna require potentially more staff at the county, so. Understand there is work involved when you provide these benefits. And staff's gonna be getting together to see what that impact may be on county staff in dealing with those type of issues that it does get passed.
So it's just, the way I understand it, it's just for cities. 60,000 or less, which. That's the city. Apply for those.
But there's a couple different housing programs we're working on that will cost some work, appraisers and treasurer's office. There was no such thing as a free lunch.
No,
That's true. Be interesting to see what they have to say with it.
Well, these programs always sound good to those that participate, but then those that don't participate, there's the. Shall we say, advantage to those that participate over those that don't participate, but are still providing the same benefit in the community.
I don't have
Any
anything
other
else.
business?
No, not today.
Short meeting, huh?
So,
No,
yeah,
it just
and
means you're gonna have to make up for it.
Yeah, next week.
Oh, and budget time will, and we've been having long, so,
Mhm.
yeah,
And we will not be in session on Thursday.
probably not. Unless you want to be the benevolent dictator Thursday.
Oh, it could be.
Make for some interesting resolutions.
Dictator, that's interesting.
That will be your new title. We'll put that in the resolution.
Is Greg supposed to be back Monday? Oh, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You'd say semi-benevolent,
It would have to be benevolent, you just be dictator.
occasionally benevolent,
It's not. in my-
Suggestion.
randomly benevolent. Yeah, we could also have all kinds of titles.
Okay,
Okay, well, with that said, I'll go ahead and make a motion that we adjourn post intergovernmental luncheon this afternoon.
it's been moved and seconded that we adjourn the meeting post intergovernmental meeting this afternoon. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.